Hello riders, today I'll be going over the leveling system. I've brought a new friend who has never played the game before to Rider Blox to have him go through the leveling system to showcase how one who's new would go through the leveling in Rider Blox. So when you start the game, you'll start as just a human. You will start with one rider, which is Traveler, otherwise known as Decade. And when you press H, you can henshin into Decade. Make sure to have your combat tool equipped as well to use the moves for a Decade. This is the rider suit. And once you press Z, Z is essential as you can pose and heal stamina and health. To begin leveling, you will want to run over to this area, which is where you're going to spawn right next to, and grab this quest, the Lost and Found quest. And you do not get XP from people higher level than you. So you want to focus mainly on the quest and not the boss, because when you're starting out, they won't be giving you XP. So you want to kill the little goons surrounding the boss. So if you come over here, you'll get XP off of killing these guys. Not killing, hitting them. You'll gain XP per hit. And if you use moves with your Decade, you get more XP.
Interesting.
You can also right click, or if you're on mobile, it should be a yellow melee button. This is what you want to do up until level 10. When you're level 10, you'd want to come over to this quest, which you will unlock once you hit level 10 with Traveler. Once you take this quest, you will get the Dragon Alliance quest. This Dragon Alliance quest will give you about 10k XP or so per quest. And all you have to do for the quest is defeat Dragon User, Crab User, and Bat User. You will already be rewarded with Mirror's Gearbox 3 times as well. Here's where Dragon User spawns. And if you come over here, Crab User and Bat User spawns over here as well. So if you want to kill these guys mainly up until, I would say, level 35. Once you hit level 35, you can run over here. You also press B to spawn in your bike. Another side note I might have forgotten to mention. Right next to the bike store are level 35 enemies. Mainly, you'll want to just farm Chameleon and the zebra that spawns right next to him. Up until you hit level 40. Once you hit level 40, you can head on over to the ancient mummies over here. Or I think they're just called mummies. Yeah, just mummies. You can farm these guys up until about level 46 or 45. Once you hit 45, you can head on over here. Right past the mummies spawn level 45 NPCs called Dragoons. You can farm these guys up until about level 50. You could also fight the boss that spawns from them. But what I prefer to do once I hit level 50 is farm XP off of Joker right here. Albeit he might be difficult to kill. Well, you don't have to kill him because you get XP from punching him anyways. And then once you hit level 55 or so, you can head on over to a boss cycle of 4 bosses, which are right over this bridge. These 4 bosses will rapidly give you XP because you can hit all of them at the same time without having to worry about a cycle. So you'll only be here shortly for about until you hit level 61 or 60 so. what you can do next is farm these city bandits up until level 64, and once you hit 64, you can drive right past them, head on over here, and there are 2 NPCs that spawn over here that are exactly level 64. The Foundation soldiers. You can farm these guys at the same time, which should net you about level 70 or so. Then what you can do post hitting level 70 is what I prefer to do is just head on over back to where the mummies would be, or near that area. Right here spawns Savage Goons. I know that a lot of people prefer doing these 2 quests that spawn right here when they're level 40 though. This is an alternative you could do, but I was just showing my preferred path. What you can do is grab these 2 quests once you're about level 70, trying to hit your max level. You could just, all you have to do is kill these NPCs that spawn and the bosses that spawn from them, which should give you a hefty amount of XP. But if you don't want to do that at level 70, there is an alternative, which is near the bike store. Over here are level 70 and level 75 NPCs. You can just farm this singular goon to hit you to max. And that's about it for leveling any rider in general. Albeit some riders might be harder to level up than others, because some don't have stamina regen on certain moves. But that's kind of it for the leveling. I will be posting more content on how to obtain riders and gear.